What is up, guys? It is Alex from Dental Growth, and in this video, I'm going to go over dental patient marketing in 2024, our entire system at Dental Growth, right? So if you are a dental practice or an agency looking to implement the system for your practice to get new patients each and every day, each and every week, each and every month, feel free to continue watching. So that being said, let's move on here. So a little bit about me. I'm a dental student to be a dentist, so I know the field inside and out here. I'm actually going to be a dentist in about a month or two here, so very soon. But I'm also from a family dentist, big background in dentistry, spent over $150,000, $200,000 in ad spend personally in several industries and for dental practices. Now I'm helping dental practice owners with these growth strategies that I've learned along the journey, along multiple years of doing this. So this is stuff that they didn't teach us in dental school, of course. You know, all the clinical side we know inside and out, but not necessarily as much of the business side have we gone over. So this is how to get new patients, grow production, grow your practice, market, sell, etc. And so at Dental Growth, we specialize in digital advertising and conversion processes for dental practices. So this can be for newer practices, kind of looking to get off the ground and just get that inbound flow, or for established practices looking to revitalize, grow, or just build a consistent kind of new patient system, or even grow a different side of their practice, such as implant cases, All-on-X, Invisalign, etc. Right, or for practices looking to expand to new locations, kind of build out and scale, or DSOs, right? So we can help in any of those situations. And so here's some examples of some sales and spend numbers. $92,000 spent from digital marketing, digital ads, $59,000 here, $29,000 in the month here, $55,000 spent in this ad account, $90,000 spent in that ad account. And here's an example of an implant campaign run back in August of 2022. So we've been doing this for several years. In this case, we got a cost per lead of $6. So we're getting inquiries for $6 a pop, at least 7 leads or inquiries in a single day. In this implant campaign, we spent over $1,000. We got over 100 implant inquiries at $9 a pop. So definitely something that you can really use to scale up production. And so the first strategy would be, just plain ads. So what you can do is pretty much the minimum viable product, or main things to think about here is like we are making a creative, an ad, and we're running that, and we have an ad account. So there's a lot more minutia here, connecting your office page to the ad account, allowing users to use that page. So adding users to the page, if you're working with an agency or if you want so-and-so to run the ads, you would have to add that user to the page and add that ad account to the page, get a payment method on file for the ad spend. But ultimately, we then want to just make a picture, make a video, and run it as an ad, okay? And this can be done on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, Google. You could do Google search, etc., or Facebook and Instagram, lead form ads. There's other objectives such as engagement, inbound calls, etc. But what we would recommend is lead ads. So you're getting leads or form fills pretty much. And also inbound calls, ideally, right? And when we are running ads, a lot of times we like to test different things because we can pretty much hone in on what's working the best in your market, in your specific case. So this would be targeting specifically, detailed targeting, or just leaving it broad and seeing what the algorithm is finding as the best option and allowing that algorithm to really hone in on the best results. Or ABO versus DCO. ABO is kind of ad set budget optimization. So maybe we are running 5 to 10 ad sets with different, split tests in there, testing different things, testing different interests, pictures, etc. Or we have a dynamic creative with one ad set and we're testing a bunch of different pictures, as you can see in this example. Another thing we want to test, or at least consider, is having a really good offer. So having something appealing that is going to attract a lot of people to fill out your form or call your office, okay? And this can vary based off of what you're trying to do. And so if we are running a lead ad, we would get, a lead form such as this one with some questions in here, qualifying people based off of the main things, maybe the main qualifiers of patients that you could or couldn't help per se, potentially with different insurance options or languages that you can serve, etc. But yeah, so that's the first strategy. The second strategy would be having content, right? Leveraging content. And this is a great way to nurture an audience and get people inbound that are even more so knowing, liking, and trusting you because they've already consumed your content. They know what you look like, know what you sound like. They've experienced your content online. Maybe they've consumed minutes or hours of your content online already, or they've been following you for days or weeks already, right? And so one way to do this is, in the ads manager, you can select, a messaging option, right? Where you're getting people to message your Instagram page and maybe they can go through your Instagram page, or getting people to engage with your Instagram page, like your post, comment on your post, etc. Or you can go and boost post. So if you have an Instagram page, you can go to that page, go to one of your posts and click the boost post button. And that should appear if you are categorized as a business account on Instagram. And you can boost posts for either the profile visits objective or the DM messages objective, and you can optimize for those. So one way you could do this is, say you have a page and maybe you're getting followers, you're posting consistently, posting daily, maybe you're doing some follow for follow, right, where you're following people in your local community, daily, right, to get them, oh, I see Dr. So-and-so's office just followed me. Yeah, I'll give them a follow back, right? So maybe you are growing by 5 to 10 followers a day, right? Or growing consistently through your posts, through your engagement in the community with your page. And you're getting people consuming your content. Oh, that's a really great Invisalign case that they just did. Or, oh, that's a really cool, picture of this All-on-X prosthesis that they're making, right? And so you're getting people familiar with your office. From there, you can kind of add fuel to the fire, quote unquote, by running these boosted post ads to get even more people following your page, messaging your page, etc. Oh, doc, I'm interested in implants as well. That's a really cool picture. Could you tell me more about this or whatever, right? And from there, now you have people following your page that know, like, and trust you, that have consumed your content, and you can then use they're nurtured with your content, and you can then use call to actions, right? CTAs, such as story polls, where maybe you're showcasing some type of treatment and seeing what people think, and you can actually message those people from there. Or in the stories, you can have a simple call to action where it's literally just a story saying, hey, we're accepting new patients for Invisalign, swipe up or comment this if you're interested. Directing people to DM you or comment a certain word if they were interested, or directing people to your link in bio to call or fill out a form in your bio, okay? And then from there, you can be booking appointments. All right, so let's go into step 2, which is from there, once we're running these ads or getting, new patient inquiries, we got to manage those leads accordingly. And the main things here would be to put a good amount of effort into getting in contact with a lead first, and having good conversion processes to qualify, build rapport on that initial lead call, and eventually book them in. So focusing on things like speed to lead, getting in touch with that lead very quickly once it comes in, once someone has raised their hand and they're interested. Typically the best time to capitalize on that is right when they did submit the inquiry. So within 1 to 5 minutes ideally, right? And then from there, we have a rigorous follow-up system in place to get in touch with that lead. Because a lot of times maybe we don't get in touch with them on the first chance. If we followed up with them at least 5 to 6, 7 times, that's really ideal, because we're showing, hey, we put a good amount of effort into getting in touch with these leads. One problem we've seen is that a lot of practices, maybe they only call the leads once or twice, right? And that's why at Dental Growth, we've helped practices with their lead management. We've been calling the leads and things like that, and we have best practices pretty much ironed out for this whole process. So we can nowadays what we do is we actually help the practice with these best practices for lead management to help you guys set, convert, and close these inquiries that come in through your ads. So if you are working with not only us, but any other agency or any other marketing campaign going forward, you guys are armed with that information and those best practices to convert those at the highest rate, okay? And another thing you can implement here are scripts, qualification questions, and just simply building rapport, building a good connection, and focusing on them, right? On their problems, their goals, their needs, and not necessarily trying to force them into this box of some type of sales conversation, right? But figuring out what they need and helping them, okay? And the next step would be show rate. So we're getting in touch with the leads very efficiently and over time. There's a lot of things that we can do for show rate, and I've listed a lot of them out here. So one thing we can do is schedule for within 1 to 3 days, right? If a prospective patient is interested in a certain treatment, the chance of them kind of continuing to have that interest and show up for their appointment is greatest kind of closer to that lead call because it's more fresh and more relevant in their mind. Another thing we can do is get a card on file or a deposit even for that first appointment if they've already, stated that they're going to be getting this workup or exam or cleaning, whatever, right? And then also having a friendly, genuine connection felt on that initial lead call so that they feel like this is an office that really cares about me and I want to work with them. They seem very friendly, right? There's no hesitation there, okay? And we're also kind of regaining control by turning questions and things like that into questions about them, right? And then ultimately, hopefully booking the appointment. Because a lot of times, as I mentioned in previous videos, a lot of these leads tend to have kind of a window shopping or price shopping mentality, and you can't blame them because it's not like they've decided already that they want to work with your practice because they don't know, they don't have experience working with you guys. So they're looking for something that's going to fit them and their needs the best. Whether that's a price need or whether that's a treatment plan need or, maybe the last provider wasn't able to offer this treatment or whatever, right? If we're able to kind of, regain control, because a lot of times they'll come in with their questions and they're kind of barging in, looking for the price or whatever. If we allow them to kind of take a step back and regain a little bit of the control here and kind of direct them to figure out what they really need and talk about their problems, then from there, we can have a more healthy discussion about if this is even a good fit. So getting control of that initial lead call conversation is pretty important, okay? And then when we're talking about the appointment, maybe we are sharing directions to the office, sharing the address, sharing parking information, just making sure that all that stuff is ironed out and kind of painting that picture more in their head of them actually showing up to the office here. And maybe we've also described the appointment, what they can expect. And maybe we've talked up the doctor, right? Dr. Smith is great, He's done thousands of these cases and created thousands of smiles, and I'm sure you'll feel really comfortable and happy with working with him, right? And also, if it's a big decision, such as an All-in-X case, offer that the spouse can come to the appointment as well, so there's not that kind of objection, if you will, at the appointment, okay? And of course, we're doing call reminders. You can do 7 days before, 3 days before, 1 day before, getting in touch with them, confirming that they are ready to come to their appointment. And again, confirming that they are indeed available at that time that they've selected and there aren't any conflicts. Oh yeah, I am actually working, at 4 p.m. that day, So there's no conflicts. You're not working then. You're not going to be busy then for your appointment. Okay, cool. Just making sure. All right. And once they're in the office, what kind of things can we do to improve that start rate? Well, one system that we've seen to work pretty well is having a treatment coordinator. So ideally someone who is kind of walking through these prospective new patients on their process at the appointment. So kind of a pre-qualification, pre-rapport step, introducing yourself, meeting them before they even go and get their treatment plan and go back with the doctor, etc. This can be kind of seen as the 10-10-10, which another company does pretty well, I've seen. And again, the first 10 minutes would be a pre-qualification step with a treatment coordinator. The second step would be 10 minutes with the doctor for treatment planning and diagnosis, etc. And then the third step would be, again, 10 minutes with the treatment coordinator for kind of going over the treatment options, the finances, and closing, right? And a lot of times financing will be pretty essential in some of these bigger cases. So just be ready for that. Kind of explore what their budget is and work back from there. You don't necessarily have to throw a big sticker shock price at them and then just kind of hope that they're going to pay in full or something like that, right? So visual aids, case acceptance principles can definitely be very helpful here. Allowing them to actually see what an All-in-X looks like, or what this denture is going to look like, or what a bridge actually is, what an implant is or looks like, right? And of course, generally having a good aura of customer service, right? This is going to be, they feel very welcome. They feel like this is a warm environment. This could be their new dental home. They feel comfortable, etc. Right? So, and also getting next steps booked, or even a deposit for that next step or starting treatment that next time. So I've seen like a 10% down deposit just being put towards that treatment so that when they do come back, there's a good chance that they're again going to show to that next appointment as well and actually start. So just, kind of holding their hand through this process, making it very easy, comfortable, warm, building rapport, just getting those next steps, getting the close pretty much, right? And of course, tracking everything, right? What's measured is managed. And at Dental Growth, we track pretty much every metric possible, from the initial media buying campaign, cost per CPM, cost per 1,000 impressions, cost per link click, cost per lead, how affordably, how efficiently are we getting leads, or even speed to lead. On average, how quickly are we reaching out to them? Hey, we noticed that we're not reaching out to these leads very quick, and that's why the contact rate is low, right? Or for the show rate, we're tracking when we're getting those cards on file, or how far we're booking appointments out. Our cost per appointment, our cost per show, our cost per start, and our return on ad spend, or ROAS. So the more we track, the more we can diagnose where things may be slipping through the cracks. And so with this system in place, you can get results like, getting leads, you're tracking your booked appointments, tracking your showed appointments, and ultimately you're able to track your ROI and see how efficient, how good your campaign is going. And as you can see here, we got 4 new patient shows in 1 week for a practice we were working with for the treatment interest implants. So a conservative production potential estimate could be about $16,000 if each patient, say, got a single implant, etc. So with that being said, guys, the final step would be to enjoy it, right? So I've found that when I'm able to enjoy something and put my creative, potential into something and just go at it, then that's when we get the best results. So if you treat this as kind of a side thing that you're not putting much effort into and you don't like doing per se, you won't get as good results as you could if you actually enjoyed it. So guys, I hope that helped. Again, it's been Alex from Dental Growth. If you're interested in working with me personally, whether you're an agency or a practice looking to implement the system or improve what you currently got going on, feel free to book a call in the links down below, and I'd be happy to chat. And with that being said, I'll see you guys in the next video. Take care.